Happy Friday. We're going to talk about change. Change is essentially moving from a current reality to a different future state. Well, that's it. Sounds simple. But it really can't be simple because, well, everyone is trying to figure out how to create it and incorporate it into their existing business strategy. Think about it. If you could somehow get an audience with Warren Buffett, who has a net worth of over $108 billion as of this February, or investor Robert F. Smith, he's $5.2 billion, or Mackenzie Scott, $37.7 billion, and ask them, what do you want to change about your organization this quarter? I guarantee that very, very few of them would answer nothing. Seriously. The reason for that is business requires change. A successful business requires a recipe that has to be stirred frequently. This is why an impartial business assessment, done on a regular basis, should be incorporated into your overall strategic plans. Change, it's a critical ingredient of growth, of the recipe for growth, because, believe it or not, most proactive change is positive. It can be painful, certainly, but proactive, aka intentional change, is almost always positive. Reactive change, by contrast, is far more risky and filled with potential negative impacts because it's inherently more unpredictable, violent, risky. Proactive change is about consciously moving from a current reality to an improved future state. Reactive change is about adjusting your reality in the face of a threat or unplanned, dare I call it, opportunity. Either way, they both need to be planned and executed well. So, how do you plan change? The short answer is very, very carefully. I forget which cartoon character that was. The long answer is to gain clarity on both your current state and your desired future state. So with that in mind, before you can make positive, proactive change, you need to be perfectly aware of your current business realities by conducting a business assessment. So, you might ask me, what is a business assessment? Well, a business assessment is designed to understand and communicate we talked about current realities, opportunities, and then find the gaps in between. To put it another way, you can't fix your road to success if you have no idea where the potholes are. But first, what a business assessment, isn't it? It's weird how often I ask a client a question about an element within their business marketing strategy, personas, sales funnels, value ladders, and they say, oh yeah, we totally have that. Then they proceed to rattle off what they have, tactically speaking. I'm Sue Kropbauer, and I help entrepreneurs navigate change. And now let me be frank, I completely understand that running a business is complex. And that as an aspiring solopreneur or small business owner, you're supposed to be laser focused on your business. But becoming mired in the tactical, really through no fault of your own, really can result in tunnel vision. There's an old saying, I'm sure you've heard it, what you treasure, measure. And most business owners do just that. Revenue leads, generated funnels, conversions, new customers, calls scheduled, units sold. Well, these are all things that business owners must often and most often use to measure their overall business health. But let's be honest. A broadened perspective, a more complete definition, and a fresh set of eyes are the reason mentors like me exist to help business owners. So with a reference to the above definition, let's share a few things that a business assessment is not. It is not statistics. Again, when asked the question, have you conducted a recent business assessment? I often hear from my clients, yes, our marketing qualified leads to sales qualified leads conversion is above the goal line. Sorry, wrong. That is not a business assessment. Numbers on a sheet of paper can answer a lot of things. But we're talking about assessing your current reality, and that kind of analysis requires you to dive into some long-form answers. Your current state isn't just metrics. any more than your business is defined by only a single faceted value that you're bringing to your customers. In addition to statistics, you must think about the things that may be, well, subjective or hard to quantify, but are still vitally important when conducting a business assessment. Questions like, I have a plan in place to constantly get new customers, or I know what causes businesses like mine to fail. These types of questions are designed to uncover just a few of the non-quantifiable factors of your current reality, and therefore are a part of determining the gap between where you are now and your desired business state, which we all can agree is success. Another misconception is that your strategy is the key. But listen up, hear me clearly. Your strategy is not an assessment. In fact, you really should conduct an assessment before you create your business strategy. They go hand in hand, but they are not interchangeable. Last but not least, one of the biggest Achilles heels that aspiring and newly minted entrepreneurs suffer from is measuring success through tactics. By tactics, I mean the individual tools, systems, or processes that you're using to operate your business. Things like performing SEO, chat GPI, or GPX, I forget what it's called, email campaigns, a beautiful Shopify site, Facebook ads, number of followers, webinars, the list goes on and on. But those are all tactics and the stats around them. And while it's good to make sure they're working the way you want them to, these metrics are not a business assessment. No one tactic or functional area or value ladder is or should be the element or strategy used to measure the success of your business singularly. We need to get to the core of your current business reality. Where you are now is your assessment. Where you need to be is your strategy to get there. Ready to learn what you need to do to start up or scale up your business? Together, we can work through my impartial 36-point business assessment to determine your unique business viability score and work together to craft the appropriate business plan and strategy to launch and grow your business. I invite you to submit your application for a spot in my Breakthrough Sprint Mentoring Program. I'm Sue Krautbauer, and I help 30 to 50-something aspiring entrepreneurs launch and scale successful businesses. If you'd like to learn more, click on the link below, and you can catch me here again next week